Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Michael's Minute. We're here in Red Bay, Alabama at our Class B production facility, and I have Mr. Fred Nethery here with me today. Thanks for being on the show.
Yes,
Fred is a Director of Engineering here at our Class B facility, and we are going to show you today how to winterize your GH1. Stay with us and we'll show you how.
So we'll start by coming to the rear of the unit. You'll see the Nautilus P4 panel. It is labeled on the diagram, and we're going to swap this to the power fill tank position. And on the diagram it shows you which way to orient the valves. So we'll go ahead, power fill tank, and we'll rotate the valves accordingly. So the next step will be to open up the low point drains on the unit. They're located underneath the exterior table, and the open position will be in the horizontal orientation of these valves.
And what we're doing here, Fred, is we're trying to get all the water, the fresh water, out of the system, correct?
Yes, sir, so that then we can replace it by the antifreeze to keep the lines from freezing.
So Fred, can you tell us a little bit about where our low point drain is located at?
Yes, sir, so for all three of these valves, it actually comes together into one freshwater tank drain line. It'll be located underneath the unit, right directly under the hot freshwater drain valve.
So Fred, would we want to open up our kitchen sink, our faucet?
Yes, sir, you can open up that faucet and it'll allow more airflow to go through that hot and cold line to allow it to drain more quickly. I'd also like to add a reminder, you'll probably see a lot of information if you're looking at winterization steps for other RVs about the water heater. Since we do use the hydronic heating system, we do not have any extra steps that are included for winterizing the water heater.
After all that's been done and our water's been drained out, we want to come back and we want to close all of our low point drains, and we want to make sure that our water faucets are turned off as well to the closed position. So we will come back and turn these all back to the vertical position, and we'll be ready to proceed to the next step.
Our next step will be to prep the unit to begin filling it with antifreeze. If you're going to be using the siphon method, as we will today, you'll want to change the orientation of the mesh screen that's located on the inside of the city water fill port. This will allow the screen to open up the check valve inside to allow fluid to pass through. Every newly purchased GH1 will come with a water hose. You can take your supplied hose and go ahead and hook it up to the city water fill port on the P4 panel.
All right, next we're going to place the hose into the bottom of the bucket, and we're going to engage the water pump. And it's going to start drawing the antifreeze into the unit.
So with your pump running and the hose at the bottom of your container, you want to go to each faucet and open the valve until you'll see a steady stream of antifreeze flowing through, and then you can close the valve. And we'll do this for each valve, including the galley sink and the shower faucet. Once you have antifreeze pulled in your sink, you'll want to engage the macerator pump switch to allow this to drain. You also want to run antifreeze down each of your drain lines for your toilet drain, your shower drain, and your sink drain.
Once all these steps are completed, you can now turn off your water pump switch and disconnect your line. And as always, Tiffin family, we hope you find this information valuable. We thank you for being a valued customer, and until next time, happy trails.